This week we have a really great power metal band full of really talented musicians. They are signed to a record label and about to embark on their first little mini tour. And where is this band out of? You guessed it, Nashville, Tennessee. They have a really cool story on how they met, and we discussed everything from their past times to the wish list of artists they want to team up with. But before we get into that, my name is Tim, and this is Discovering the Scene. All right. Hi. I work hard to bring you the best rock and metal bands that are one viral booty-shaking TikTok away from world domination. It's kind of creepy. And that's enough about me. Let's go twerk our way to the interview room. Not really. Nope. 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 Back in the studio here with Nashville's very own power metal group, Valkyrie's Fire. How's it going, guys?
Going good.
Going well. Thanks for having us.
I guess the best way to start off is let's talk about the band's humble beginnings. Dave, I think that's you.
I started working on this back in 2020 and started developing the logo and everything back then. Started looking for band members. Ran across Adam in 21. Yeah, I guess it was around September 21, I think.
Yeah, that's
is that
about
right, Adam?
Yeah.
And then he had compositions and stuff he had been working on. One of his, am I allowed to say it, Adam?
Yeah, you can say
it. His opera, he's been working on for several years. That was one of the things he showed me early on, and now he's got that written, and so he's working on.
Only a rough draft, though. It's a
Yes.
long way to go.
Yeah. And then in 22, finally, after about 6 months of me harassing him, I got in touch with Ryan, and so we had our drummer and our male singer at that point, and we needed a female vocalist and a guitar player. And man, that took a while. I feel like
they were thinking about going for a lead accordion for a little bit, but
yeah, there you go.
You could always use an accordion for sure.
And a lead flutist, or how do you pronounce
flautist?
Flautist, yeah. Thank you.
I know plenty of flute players that actually swear by flutist. They like flautist for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Education is a thing.
So, since we couldn't find a lead flautist, we settled for Joey. So, in 23, and, it was worth it, I feel like. So, it was a good compromise.
I can't play a mean recorder, actually.
There you go.
It's going to happen on the next album.
Yeah. Don't tempt me.
Then a couple weeks later, we found Bettie, and so that completed the puzzle back in late July of 23, going into the beginning of August there.
It was like the Triforce coming together in Zelda, and it was...
Yes. Yes.
Absolutely.
We leveled up at that point,
exactly.
And we were ready to go.
Sometimes you just need a good woman to bring you all together and just...
Yeah. Yeah, Bettie tends to keep us in line sometimes. Smack us around a little bit.
Wiser words have never been said.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And speaking of Bettie, she is our first female on the show. Thank you so much for being the first.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
For me
Needs to be more females in the music industry, I believe.
Yeah. It's growing a lot, though, for women. Yeah.
It is, especially vocalists.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I listen to a lot of heavier metal, and, some of the stuff that these women can do could put some of the men to shame.
Right. They're amazing, yeah.
Absolutely.
Some of them, I wish I could do half of what they do.
Yeah. Yeah, I tell you that just some of the stuff that I've heard, even some of the unsigned bands, it's like phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good deal. So all of you are excellent musicians in your own right, for sure. I checked out Joey's his side album there. That was pretty good. It was Harmonic Distortion. Am I correct?
Yes, yes. You certainly are.
Good stuff. Good stuff. And if anybody wants to hear some awesome playing, please go check out that album, and I'll have that information down below.
It's an excellent listen.
Did you do any flute solos on that one, Joey?
You know, I had thought about it and thought about it some more, but then ultimately I decided to put my flute dreams aside. Although, you know what, there's a little bit of flute in the background.
There you go.
On the occasion.
There you go.
We need to feature it on the next album there.
I know.
See, that could be the album cover. Just have the flute out there. Nothing else. Just the flute.
Speaking of which, have you guys seen Joey's new video that he just did where he is playing the Legend of Zelda theme song on this little video clip he did? It's on TikTok and Instagram and all that.
Song.
I did break out my ocarina on this.
Heck yeah, I'm going to have to check it out. Man, send that to me. I'd love to hear it.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love video games, and, we actually had to do this interview over again because there's some technical issues, but the last time that we spoke, I brought up that one of his songs, I believe it was Overture, if I'm correct. That song right there, it reminded me of a song that would be played in a game called Castlevania.
I love that aesthetic of the game, of like the Castlevania games and a lot of the a lot of the RPG games of that time period. It's kind of somewhat fantastical.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe our music, too, has a little bit of, like, some other music might be, like, playing, like, Street Fighter, but, maybe ours is a little bit more of, like, an RPG, like, musical experience.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I could definitely hear it, for sure.
I've still got my old Zelda games on my original 8-bit Nintendo or 16-bit or whatever it was back then.
I think the Nintendo was the 8-bit and the Super.
Yeah.
Was
Super
16.
went to 16, yeah. I've still got that one, too. But, yeah, I think I had Castlevania back then, too. I don't know if I've still got that or not. I'll have to see if I've got it in my collection. But,
yeah, man, you got to dig it all out. We'll have to all come over and play some.
Do a video game night. Yeah,
that's right.
There you go.
I've got a projector. We can put it on the wall.
Put it on a projector. Yeah, there you go, Ryan. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a projector.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
We'll do it at Betty's house then.
Got it made.
There you go.
We don't even know, actually, who in the band is the most competitive person, like, video game-wise. We haven't really all played together yet, so it could, someone might surprise us.
I'm pretty competitive in games.
It depends on the game.
Super Smash Brothers.
Oh, you're going down.
I see a band breaking up over that, guys. I see a band breaking up. Almost like Mario Party. You don't want to do it.
Don't play Mario Party with me, ever.
You're going to hear some new words.
Yeah. I like playing Mario Kart. That's what I like.
Mario Kart.
That's the one I'm far and away the worst at.
Yeah.
Yeah. Believe it or not, I've never played any of those. I haven't really ventured past the whole 64-bit thing, the 64. I didn't play the Smash Brothers. I didn't play Mario Kart, any of that stuff. So
you're
I'm lagging a little bit. So
you're missing out on the Wii bowling, then.
I know, right? Well, I'm too lazy for the Wii. It requires you to do too much exercise and such. I'm like, I'm too fat for that.
Most of those games don't even utilize the motion control anyways.
Yeah.
You just flip your controller backwards and calibrate it upside down, and then you can play like this on the couch.
There you go.
What?
Yeah. That's how I play.
Tips and tricks with Ryan Matroka.
Lazy.
Heck yeah. So we've gotten back to the song stuff. So songwriting, how do you guys write a song? Because it seems to be a pretty complicated process with so many great musical minds here. How does it work?
We kind of all, chip in, honestly, to be truthful. We tell Joey to do most of the work, but we chip in and chime in.
Yeah.
No, we all have ideas that we contribute to it. I feel like, somebody's got lyrics, somebody's got a melody line, somebody's got a title, somebody's got you know, a lick, a guitar lick, a bass lick, a drum lick, you know, something, and we're all putting in the effort at that point afterwards. It's, you know, each one of us have really, you know, written songs on the EP as well as, you know, stuff that's coming out. And so, you know, we each kind of get to feature our own work, I guess, so to speak, you know, in our music. But all in all, it's really a collaborative effort. You know, we really work together on doing a lot of those things because each one of us, you know, we need the other one to really, you know, iron out the details, I guess you would say, you know, to make the song complete and make it whole. You know, we can write, you know, different things, myself or Ryan or Joey, you know, we can compose the music, write different things, but, you know, at the end of the day, Adam and Betty are the ones that have to sing it. So, you know, it needs to make sense to them. And so oftentimes, you know, they're rearranging some stuff that we wrote, you know, but then they write their own stuff and, you know, we play it. so yeah, it's a big collaborative effort for sure.
And to get a little into the minutia as well, I won't reveal all the trade secrets.
Get into the minutia.
Yeah,
pontificate a little bit for us.
You know, we have several different songs that have sort of taken different processes. You know, like Dave alluded to, there have been a lot of songs where like Joey will write the main riffs or the structure of a song, and then the rest of us will chip in on lyrics, melodies, so on and so forth. There's a few songs that I've written that I sort of like had to sequester myself into my own little space and write all of, like, rough draft wise, and then present a finished product to the band, and then we go in with a scalpel and like pick apart, like, okay, we need to change this part, add a fill here, change the riff here, so on and so forth. And others, I wouldn't say we have anything like truly haphazard.
Very cool.
I think there's a lot of songs where David started with lyrics, and then the rest of us have had to come up with other material to go with it.
Do y'all ever get inside the band room together and just practice, or just kind of jam out a song at all, or does that work well for you guys?
You know,
not yet.
It's not something that we've tried extensively, but we do ping pong ideas off each other.
Yeah,
pretty frequently.
I'd say more of the writing happens maybe, you know, us on our own or sending things out, and then, although me and Ryan have been known especially, and Dave's getting in on it a little bit more recently, to be, you know, jamming out some nice riffs while we're practicing and getting used to kind of improvising together. And yeah, I'm a huge fan of improvisation, actually.
It's a good practice for sure.
Yes.
And plus, you know, sometimes you can actually test what the band can do as a whole instead of it just being like one person's ideas or the other, you know.
Exactly.
That way all of you can mesh into one, you know. It's pretty good practice. Yeah, a good majority of the bands that I've been in has done that.
Yeah. And even though we're playing to this, you know, usually we play to like a click track and everything is pretty much written out. Having that time actually to play kind of improvisationally with each other is actually really good, even when you are playing something that's written, because you get used to having that sort of like hive mind while playing music, as opposed to everybody just playing their part.
Yeah. You did mention some spooky language there. You said click track.
Oh yeah.
Be careful. You're going to run off some of our viewers.
What are you doing?
Oh boy. Yeah, we all of us have a click track in our ear. It's definitely something we're pretty adamant about. You know, is you know, being on time and in the music. You know, it's critical.
You know, being a symphonic band, you have to have, you know, unfortunately we don't have the access to a full orchestra to play with us just yet.
Shameful.
Yeah.
Just shameful.
But so in order to have everything just like timed and accurate, you know, there's really no other way to do it.
Yeah, having the backing track and having the click track both, you know, in our ears are really essential. You know, to our style of music and really to symphonic, you know, and power metal in general. You know, like Joey just mentioned, yeah, unless you have the fortunate ability or investment resources, I guess you'd say, to have a full orchestra behind you. Yeah, unfortunately, that's something is essential in our music.
Since we have multiple singers, do we actually have other people in the band that does vocals?
I'd say probably Ryan, Dave, Joey, going from top to bottom.
Well, the guys are all featured on our song "Nectar of the Gods."
Yes.
In the shouting in the chorus, that was the four of us in rehearsal, minus Betty, doing shouts into a. I think Ryan, wasn't it one of your like overhead mics for your cymbals or something?
Yeah, I think we
Yep.
used one of it's an AT2020. It's a decent little mic. Yeah, we just set it like right here, and then every time we shouted, we switched positions real quick and did a whole bunch of takes. It was a lot of fun.
And you know what? Then when I mixed it, I took the ones from later in the song and I put them, stacked up with the ones from earlier in the song. So we got
It works.
A whole expanse of shouting.
As far as the band dynamics, how do you guys work through any kind of creative differences?
I mean, thankfully, we haven't had anything that caused any like severe, earth-shattering, band-threatening differences.
We usually Rochambeau for the situation.
There you go.
Usually we kind of just talk it through, and thankfully I don't know if we've ever really had to say no to an idea. It's more of a let's put that on the shelf and put it to another song later, and then we usually do.
Yep.
That's a good way to do it. Good way to communicate. I mean, because a lot of people have a little bit of issue communicating. I guess they're afraid of making somebody mad in the band, and we don't want any of that. But still, if you don't think something's working, then you have to communicate it for sure. But at least you guys are willing to say, hey, maybe not this song, but maybe a different song. That's cool.
Yeah. And we usually end up on a pretty similar page on most things. So it's like, maybe little things and even outside of songs, sometimes like directions of things we want to go with the band, things like that. There could be, differences on, but we always, talk about it. Sometimes get a little spirited, but we usually come to a conclusion,
Yeah, to echo what Joey's saying, I feel like we're all pretty receptive for the most part on, to everyone's ideas. We all may have our creative differences or how we may look at something, and like Joey said, it may get spirited even at some points, but it's never done, feel like in anger or hurt or any kind of disdain or anything like that, towards another band member. So, even those simple little things, are easy to resolve at that point, because we're all on the same page and realize, we're all part of a team effort here and we're trying to really make something, that's going to stand the test of time. And, we all get along really great. And that was one of the biggest things for me when I was looking for band members was, just finding people that were compatible and that, we could work together well, because honestly, you see so many bands that they pick up musicians and they're not always the most compatible, with each other. And I think that hurts the longevity of their efforts, and so for us, we're very fortunate that we all get along pretty well. We like to spend time with each other and hang out and, bounce ideas off of each other. So it works out really well.
We're embarking on our first mini tour in 2 weeks here. We're going to be heading down to Florida and then Georgia.
Yep.
Ooh. Now we're at in Florida because that's where I'm at.
Yeah, we're going to be at the Brass Mug on February 28th.
Where's that at?
We're actually
in
doing
Tampa,
symphonic
Florida.
metal versions of Florida Georgia Line songs. So it's
Very
going to
good.
be an interesting set.
I could hardly wait.
Yep.
Backwards far.
Yeah.
Don't make me bring a banjo. I'll do it. I will do it.
Only if it's a distorted banjo.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, they got those guitars that are that have the banjo head on it.
Yeah.
We could do that too. Yeah, 100%.
I'm very down.
I'm sure everybody else is too. Just looking at your faces.
Yeah.
Why did you bring that banjo here?
I just wanted to get a rise out of somebody, and I'm sure I'm going to get it.
I've got a
I'm
banjo actually.
I'm imagining the verse riff to Ride of the Valkyrie on a banjo.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Nice.
And we've lost all control.
It's gone.
Going off the rails on a crazy train
We
now.
now have mouth banjo officially.
Sounds like a bad disease.
Yep,
Yeah, right.
it does, don't it?
I got the mouth banjo.
But I guess on this little trip we will all see how you know it's the first probably time going out all together for a couple days in a row. So
True.
it'll
We
be
might hate each other.
Yep. Betty, I'll
It happens.
apologize in
It
advance.
Yeah, I think Betty's gonna be the one that's gonna be. I don't want to clean up after you guys. I'm just telling you now.
Yeah, Betty will be keeping us in line. She'll be telling us to pick up after ourselves and quit being nasty guys.
Yep.
You know?
In a nice way.
Exactly.
Are you gonna pick that up?
Yeah, right.
It's been there for 2 days now.
No, if it's been there 2 days, it's out the
Yeah.
window. I'm not fixing it.
There you go.
It'll be good preparation though for later on this year. You know, we got some festivals coming up that we're going to be playing. We're playing Nashville Rockin' Fest in April, and then Legions of Metal Fest in Chicago in May, and then hopefully by September-ish. Yeah, that's our plan. Is September and October doing a tour of the U.S. tour here for sure on the East Coast, and then maybe venture a little bit over into the Midwest as well too. So, really looking forward to that.
Good deal. Now, how many shows are you playing on this little mini tour?
Just this little run that we're taking down there. We're just doing 3 at this point. So, but then we're back, and then we've got some shows right after that that we're lining up as well too. So,
Are all the shows in Florida?
No, we're playing in Atlanta as well too.
Okay, so stop in Atlanta, go from there to where? Florida?
Well, we're going down to Tampa to the Brass Mug and playing there on the 28th.
Okay.
And then we're finalizing some stuff right now for a show possibly in the Orlando area. And then for the 1st, and then on the 2nd, we'll be in Atlanta at Atmosphere. And it's just outside of Atlanta proper, outside of the city limits there. So
Cool. I don't know if it's still around, but there was a place that I played at that was really cool. It was a place in Jacksonville called The Pit. Amazing
cool.
place.
Nice.
And now it's a small venue, right? But
yeah.
The cool thing about this venue is you actually play behind a chain link fence. Now there's a little opening in the fence, but it was really cool. I loved it. It was very,
cool.
very cool. Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think it was a renovated convenience store or something like that.
Oh, wow.
But it worked out pretty well. I loved it. It was a great show.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I see that you guys are signed to Eclipse Records.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Yes.
How did that come about?
Yeah, it's worked out pretty well for us. It's worked out pretty well for us. We had actually submitted our information to them. Back. I want to say probably April last year, April 24, somewhere right around there. We heard back from them right around June, I think, and 24, and we signed with them in July of 24. And so, yeah, they were really impressed with what we were creating. Right after Joey joined the band, between him and Adam and Betty, they already had a whole bunch of songs already ripped out and put together. And so, we just kind of had to pick, basically, some songs that we wanted to put on the EP. So we just ended up with the 5 songs that we've got on Ascension right now. And but it's been really good. It's been a good process working with Eclipse. They've been really helpful, as well as in working, on the PR side of everything, getting our name out in front of a lot of people. And so that's really helped with giving our band some exposure around the world. So we're really grateful for that.
Great. Heck yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of stigma around record labels these days because, a lot of people say, oh, they don't really help. They only want your money and stuff like that. But I mean, it seems like it's been a very positive experience for you guys, and that's very uplifting for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. We're really grateful. Yeah, really grateful they took a chance on us and believe in what we're doing and have been working with us really well. So yeah, it's been great working with Chris and the guys at Eclipse for sure.
Great. Heck yeah. Shout out to Eclipse Records for sure.
Yeah.
So far as the label is concerned, if somebody wanted to actually contact the label, what's the best way for them to get into that?
Yeah, there's different labels out there, and obviously everybody has their own different procedures. But for the most part, ones that will take band submissions, generally they have a contact form of some sort on their website or a page on their website that tells you about submitting your music to them. Generally, if they're interested, they'll reach out to you as well. Shortly after your submission, and that shortly may be, not necessarily a few days. It may be, a few weeks, few months. Could even be a year or longer. Really, it just depends on when somebody gets to listen to it, when it's in front of a specialized rep or person within the record label's, repertoire. And also too, making sure that you're a good fit for the label, and they may or may not have room for, your genre of music, so that may, take into account as well, some delays that you may, encompass. But yeah, just really, I feel like we put together something pretty special. And so when we were able to submit our demos to Eclipse, it was something that they were very interested in because of the way that we put everything together and wrote it and produced it and really, really put all our concentrated effort into it. So
It beat out a couple ambient death polka bands.
Death polka bands, yes.
Could have to bust out that accordion.
I'm sure someone's already done it.
Power metal polka. I think that's the
There
thing,
you go.
man.
Symphonic polka metal.
Yes.
Definitely a side project.
There's something there.
I think so. So do you guys think that your style of music is getting the attention that it needs, or do you think that there's still some challenges here?
No, it could definitely get more attention.
I was just about to say, every style needs more attention.
Yeah, very true.
Well, when you get into that market of music, it's very saturated, and you gotta, all the voices at one time trying to yell. It's kind of hard to break through. So, just gotta find a way to either bring the party or make somebody upset. That's usually the ways to do it, or scare somebody.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Shock factor.
Imagine if we picked a band to start beef with, and
There
that was our end.
Who would you want to pick beef with that you would definitely win? Like, who could we beef with?
Limp Bizkit. I don't know.
I do think, though, one thing that does work in our advantage, and maybe being a Southern band, I think we have a little bit, maybe of a slight bit more, maybe soulfulness to the just overall experience, just like a background radiation of it, if you will.
Background radiation. It's background radiation of blues.
Exactly. That helps to differentiate our sound a little bit,
Absolutely.
Because really, there are a ton of symphonic metal bands out there.
Yeah, and we've managed to break through, into the scene, and we've gotten noticed. We've gotten quite a few reviews. We have a lot of those posted on our website. And the consensus seems to be that we're bringing something fresh, to the scene, and that's something I feel like that really defines who we are as a band, and really summarizes it up. Truth be told, and we won the Femme Metal Awards Breakthrough Artist of the Year. Our EP was chosen as EP of the Year. In Mexico as well too, and then we've been nominated for different awards. Other publicists and stuff in other countries have ranked like their top 100 albums and stuff, and we've been ranked in there. So we're definitely getting some exposure around the world. But like Betty said, and Adam said as well, you can always use more. So, we certainly want to see our numbers continue to grow and certainly, reach out to more fans around the world and hopefully, get over to Europe sometime soon as well. That'd be phenomenal for us. So.
Yeah, I feel Europe is going to be where you guys shine, and I wish you all the success for that for sure.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks.
I don't think I've mentioned it, but you guys are from Nashville, Tennessee, correct?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you all basically come from all different parts of the United States and just formed together? That's the way it was?
Well, we were more or less
Pretty
here
much.
first, and then with the exception of Betty, who still lives in Georgia.
Yep.
I feel like I should get a cowboy hat for this segment.
Right.
I don't think any of
mine
us
is up
are
here.
from or natives of Tennessee, though. Ironically,
Adam's probably
just
the
kinda
closest,
all-
right?
Yeah, my family moved to Nashville when I was little, but yeah, I was born in Cleveland, Ohio, which is why I talk not Southern.
Normal.
yeah, I was born in Miami, Florida, so my family, like Adams, moved here when we were younger as well too.
Yep.
So we've been here a good part of our lives.
And I'm
Good
from
deal.
New York myself. I've been here for like maybe 10 years or so.
All right.
How you New Yorkers?
And what about Ryan?
Pennsylvania. Middle of nowhere,
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania, yes. Somehow it's a college town that still has nothing to do. It's incredible.
As far as all the touring and stuff that you discussed, I mean, is there any favorite venues that you guys played so far?
There's a few we've played at consistently. I guess I can't speak for the rest of the band. My personal favorite so far has been the Cobra, which
Me
is in
too.
East Nashville.
Yeah.
Nice stage. It's actually raised a good bit.
Yeah, it's high,
Yeah.
thankfully.
The sound there has always been pretty good.
Yes, no, I agree. I took a leap off the stage, and you know what? It was a little farther than I maybe thought it was going to be, but I landed the leap.
And
Good deal.
they have sort of like a mural sort of thing behind, like at the back of the stage, like you can see like the actual Cobra painted behind the drum set.
Nice.
It's a really nice ambiance there.
Yeah, pretty
I
cool.
think the lighting's very good too
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
there as well.
Yeah, that's important. You got to have a good lighting. If not, then you ain't gonna be able to see not the band or anything.
Yeah.
But
I'm
also
blind. I have to have like lights on my guitars where I can actually see the place. So it's just like it helps. Lights go out, I'm flying dark. It goes crazy.
And of course, we played at a few other venues a few times as well. Flavor 90s is one we performed at several times, and actually we recorded our music video for the song Nectar of the Gods was at Flavor 90s, and it really is one of the most 90s places any of us have ever been to. Full with a mural of Tupac and the Notorious B.I.G. and Kurt Cobain and everything.
Yes, no, it is a really nice place. It's funny too in the video for that song when you see the walls of there and you look what's actually on the walls. It's kind of funny in the symphonic metal context.
Yeah.
That's a scary venue for me.
And there's also The End, which is kind of a dive bar, just kind of near downtown Nashville, just a little off the main Broadway stretch.
Yeah.
Great
Across
place
from
though. I
Flavor.
enjoy playing that stage.
Yeah, we did our very first show, a benefit show, where it wasn't our first show as a band playing our original music, but it was our first show that we as band members collectively did a song together, and that was in December of 23, and that was at Exodus. So that was pretty historic, and that was our first moment of playing together on stage. So that was
Nice.
really cool.
You guys got broken right. Exit in, man. That's great.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
absolutely.
Huge stage.
Yeah.
In an ugly
And
sweater
then your
to
next
boot.
show is The End.
Yeah, our first show
But that
we
was a shock.
performed together, with our original music was at the end. Yeah, in February of last year.
It was more
Yeah,
intimate.
But hey, it was fun.
I
Yeah.
love that.
I love
Yeah.
both venues. They both have greatness to it. The big stage vibe for the Exit End, the End. It's a little intimate place, like you said, and it's
Yeah.
definitely one of those nice spots. It's nice to have. You can always
Oh, yeah.
hear yourself there.
even at a smaller venue, you know, if it is like kind of fairly busy that night and it's fairly packed out, it really does seem large when you're playing it, even at a smaller venue. If the crowd is, you know, excited and
Sure.
Yeah,
you've got
it's
that
true.
space filled out, you know, and so, you know, you can see the crowd better when the stage is small. When the stage is really big and they've got big lights, you're like totally blinded on stage. So you really
Mm-hmm.
can't see much besides like sort of like a, I don't know, foggy black sort of like mass of people.
Mm-hmm.
Silhouettes, yeah.
You
Yeah,
get
See
some
silhouettes.
little
exactly.
head silhouettes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, think I see people out there. I hear you. For sure.
Mom, is that you?
Great.
Mom's in the mosh pit.
Oh, man.
She's throwing elbows with the best of them.
Yeah.
There you go.
Now, you guys, you got an album or you got an EP?
An EP. And we're
An
working
EP?
on an album now. So we,
Good deal.
I think, and I don't know if I speak for the others too, but you know, we had a lot of material written when we released the EP, but you know, we kind of wanted to get something out there that was, you know, just to maybe establish ourselves a little bit more out in the world before we
Sure.
fully put the effort into making a full length,
Mm-hmm.
so that there would be, you know, when it finally did arrive, you know, there would be some sort of landing pad already in existence.
Yeah, give them a taste, a collective taste, really, of what we had to offer, you know, and doing the EP, and you know, it's definitely gotten some good reception for sure, and yeah, working on the new album, it's pretty exciting right now. So we really look forward to getting that out later this year as well.
Excellent. Now, on the new album, is there going to be the same songs that's on the EP, or and just adding, or you just all new songs?
All new songs.
All new songs.
Great. That's going to be real good. Heck yeah.
We actually have the problem of we have too many songs actually, which is
Yeah,
good.
It's a good problem to have.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we were able to whittle it down rather than, you know, really being like, oh, we need to like come up with more and more material to make enough to have an album, so we could pick really the best of what we've written.
Now, that being said, we still have, like, within those individual songs, there's still a good deal of work to be done as
Yes,
far
yes.
as finalizing
Yep.
lyric writing, that sort of thing. But
Definitely.
structurally, is looking pretty solid so far.
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
excited. We're all excited.
And
Yeah.
I guess usually like I end up probably recording my guitars ahead of the other items. So I've
Mhm.
recorded like most of my guitar probably at this point.
Mhm.
And just get everything else in there. You know, I've been working a lot on the orchestrations and
A lot of good stuff going on, huh?
yes.
oh yeah, yeah, for
Excellent.
sure.
For this album here, the song that we're going to be playing from you is Ride of the Valkyries. Am I correct?
Yeah.
And that's on
Yep.
this EP, correct?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it's the first song, first track on our EP. Yep, Ascension.
We've waited long enough. Let's play that song. Sound good?
Let's do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
All right. So now we're going to be playing The Ride of the Valkyries by Valkyrie's Fire. And we're back. Everybody, that was a great song. Man, kind of made me want to just run into battle. Heck yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Do it.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah, I could tell that you guys put in a lot of work in that, and it definitely shows. And, just all the parts just came together very well. Excellent work.
Thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun making that music video. And it's always a crowd favorite when we open the show with it.
Sure.
People really love it. It gets them going pretty quickly. So.
Yeah.
It was fun to make too because my wife actually was one of the Valkyries in the video, and so she has a stable where they do lessons and other things, and so they brought some of their horses over, and then another one of Amy's friends who we did the video at their house had a bunch of horses too. So at least for me and my wife, it was like a combination of two interests on that one.
Mhm.
Very cool. Very cool. So what was it like recording outside?
Honestly, it was a little miserable. That was right when one of the hurricanes was coming through.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It kind of reminded me of the stories you hear about Monty Python, the Holy Grail. Even though like the finished product is great, apparently the cast all were just miserable the whole film because the weather was awful.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how it felt during filming.
It's only a flesh wound.
Yeah.
It made for a nice looking footage to have that sort of overcast.
Yeah, it didn't just
wetness.
look like Amazon.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
And everybody was excited at the end of it as well too, that they really enjoyed it and had fun doing it. And then we all went to a Mexican restaurant after that, so there was like 20 people in war paint and fake blood and dirt and mud and everything all over them. So that was pretty entertaining.
Now I know how it feels to have a face tattoo.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I can just see the patrons of the restaurant be like, what in the hell?
Yeah.
Well, that is basically what happened.
It's a lot of stairs.
They took us to the back of the restaurant, so they paraded us in front of everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. That's excellent. Heck yeah. So I guess we're getting close to the end of the interview here. So I thought we can close by doing a few fun questions. How about that?
Sounds good.
All
I
the
hate
questions
fun.
have been fun so far, but I guess these ones will be even funner.
Even more fun, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. So if you can go on tour with any band or open up for them, which band would that be for you guys?
Is that a question for all five of us, or
Sure.
collectively?
And maybe we could each pick one.
How about you all pick one? We'll start off with Adam.
Okay. I'm a little biased because I just saw them last week. I'd probably say Stradivarius.
Stradivarius.
Nice.
Good.
Yeah.
Very cool. Dave?
Oh boy, I'd have to say probably Amaranth. I'm wearing their shirt right now, so
That's a great band.
that's one of my favorite bands, and we got to see them in October of 23. We were right up against the stage in Atlanta when they came here. Finally, after the 2020 tour got canceled, so it was really great to finally be able to see them in concert. So yeah, I'd have to say that'd be a pretty fun show.
Excellent. Ryan?
Dream Theater for me, absolutely. I would love to tour with them. I get emotional seeing them from the audience. I can't imagine being on the same stage as them the same night.
We're
Very
going
nice.
to see them tomorrow together. Or after
Yes.
you, I believe you're coming too, right?
I still need to get my tickets, but yeah,
Ah,
they're still available. I checked.
nice.
I just need to go
nice.
purchase them.
All right, Joey?
I'll say Metallica. One of my all-time favorite bands. So
Great.
Melodica, Nothing Else Mattress.
There you go. And Betty?
I'd probably say Tarja Turunen, the ex-lead singer of Nightwish.
Uh-huh.
nice.
Yeah. I'd say Amaranth too, but Dave already said it.
Gotta
But
be
yeah,
different.
Tarja, definitely. I love her. I absolutely love her.
Yeah, Betty just did a new music video doing a cover of one of her songs. It's out on YouTube and TikTok and all the social media platforms. So go check it out. She has an amazing voice. Did a great job on it.
Excellent. Be sure that I get that link to that so I can actually put it below for everybody.
Sure.
Great. If you can collaborate with any artist or any special guest, who would that be?
Johann Sebastian Bach.
All right.
He's dead, Joey.
I hate to break it to you.
He's not dead here.
That's
He
Right
right.
here.
he will raise him from the dead.
Yep.
Oh, that's gonna be a challenge.
At the beginning of the interview, Dave mentioned I just got done with a rough draft of a metal opera, so I feel legally obligated to say Avantasia.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. There you
Solid
go.
choice.
But even
Good choice.
if I was not legally obligated to, I would probably still say Avantasia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good deal.
Mhm.
All right, Dave.
And mine would be Marco and Tarja. As we all know, they're former members of Nightwish, and now they're doing some touring together. And so I would have to say, yeah, that would be pretty awesome.
Excellent. All right, Ryan.
I'm so glad we all get to answer this question this time, because last time I stole it and I felt really bad. But there's this pop artist in Canada named Josh Ramsey, the rest from Marianas Trench. He's a freaking musical genius. That guy, I think, literally has written every style except metal. And I mean, like movie scores and pop and rock and all this. I mean, that guy, I would love to hear him write some symphonic metal, and I would love for us to do it with him. Like, you guys check out his social media. Just like the simplest little 10-second clip has like 500 samples. It's insane. He's so good.
Wow.
And he
Very cool.
produces it all himself. Yeah, very, very good. Very good.
Can confirm. Ryan showed me. It does sound very good.
Maybe we can make this happen. I mean, you do have a record label. Put them to work.
Josh Ramsey, get him!
It's probably more realistic than Bach.
Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah.
There you go. And Betty, who would you choose?
There's a very long list, actually. I guess one at the top would probably be Tarja, I'll say again, just because I've
Okay.
loved her all my life since I was a little 14-year-old girl. An odd one, I guess, but Devin Townsend, I love him.
He's amazing.
He's-
amazing.
yeah,
Oh,
vocalist.
he's so good.
That's not an odd one at
Yeah.
all.
That's awesome.
I adore Devin Townsend to the core, so I'd love to collaborate.
How did you get to know Mr. Townsend there? Because I knew him when he was in Strapping Young Lad. But
Me too.
great.
That's how I first started listening to him, and then I heard of his solo stuff, and I was like, "What? He does his own thing," and I loved it. I love his solo stuff a lot. So
Rise of the Poozers have to be one of my favorite songs that he's done.
God, it's fantastic.
And then there's another one that I forget the name of the song, but the music video, it's kind of like spacey, and there's these elephants that are playing drums. Oh, what is the name of that song? That's a good one.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't think I've seen the music video, oddly enough.
I'll try to
But-
send you a link if I can remember the name of it, but it's a great one. You'll love it.
That's what I love about him. I went to see him live years ago.
Hmm.
That man, like actually right before COVID
Yeah.
hit, it was his last concert before everything got shut down, I think. And that man is crazy. He asked the audience to pick what color tutu he should put on, and I love him.
It's impressive that he's got different colored tutus to choose from.
That's right.
Oh, he had a pink one or a black one. He's like, I don't know, guys. What are you feeling? We said pink, of course.
Naturally.
A lot of musicians actually give him grief for not wanting to get back into Strapping Young Lad, but he's mentioned it several times where he's just like, that band brought me to like a lot of darkness and a lot of problems in my life, and honestly, I just don't want to revisit it. And I can respect that. Let the
Yeah.
man
Oh, yeah.
enjoy the project that he's in. I mean, you're always going to have that core fan base of the old stuff. I mean, I like the old In Flames, and I'm not really a big fan of the new In Flames, but that's me. But other people might actually got indoctrinated to the new In Flames and have no clue about the old In Flames, or just don't like that sound. So it's just people need to understand. Musicians grow, and that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
So just support them, or find something else to listen to. There's so much
And the
more
old
out
stuff isn't going anywhere. You can always listen to it.
That's
That's
right.
what I was about to say. Just keep
Mhm.
listening to their old stuff. If you
Yep.
prefer that, don't listen to the new stuff.
It's still support.
there. Support is
is.
support, right? He's still going to get paid, especially
Yeah.
if you're streaming.
Hopefully.
All right, hopefully.
Allegedly.
And I guess for the last the fun questions here, what is a song that you would all like to cover as a band together?
Well, Crispy recently did All We Are by Warlock. We've
Okay.
tossed around the idea of doing a Dolly Parton song. That's never really materialized into much yet.
I mean, you got to get on it.
Yeah. Maybe we could do Freebird.
There's some mental blueprints.
There you go.
I say we do Blackened by Metallica.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
It's not a bad choice.
Have you guys ever heard the band Van Canto?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I have
Phenomenal.
Gosh.
I have most of their albums sitting over there on the rack. Not
Yeah,
all of
just-
them, but most of them.
The whole, mouth voiced metal instruments and stuff like that, but they actually keep the drums in there. That's a phenomenal idea.
That's
And
crazy.
one of the first songs that I heard that they did was Master of Puppets, and I was like, golly.
Nice.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
And
I'm not too big of a Metallica fan, only because I've heard it so long, But it's just like you hear that, or the other one that I heard was "Fear of the Dark."
Yes.
Nice.
That's phenomenal.
Iron Maiden. I love that song.
Phenomenal.
Yes. Yeah. I would love for us to cover that song. That's a great song.
Yeah,
It's an instant recognizable song, instantly recognizable song as well. So yeah, that's a great one.
and a
Definitely.
lot of room for the vocals to work too.
Oh yeah, yeah. Particularly Bruce Dickinson's range is incredible, and the flexibility in the way that he changes things up in the music. So yeah, absolutely. The dual vocalist covering any Iron Maiden song, truth be told, or most of them, would be phenomenal. Yeah, something I would truly enjoy for sure.
Excellent. So I guess we're going to wrap it up here, guys. I wanted to ask you, far as other bands in your style of music, what is some solid advice that you could give to keep them on track?
Yeah, for me, I would say honestly, get out there and do it. Follow your dreams, put it all together. We've done everything ourselves. We've gotten out there, and for me personally, when I started with it, it's easy to get discouraged or to not have the patience to see it through. Particularly when you're dealing with, everything from, when I was starting this, it was COVID. In 2020 when I was trying to get it together, and then, so it was virtually impossible for band members to get together, but. I didn't give up on that and kept after it, found the right people, went through all the auditions and finding the right people to be in the band together. And so after, 3 years, we were finally able to get together, but it was, so totally worth it, as you can see now. So,
Sure.
I would say my biggest piece of advice would be to have the patience that you need, but also have the drive and perseverance to continue to push through and get it everything that you're wanting to do.
Excellent. That's great advice. Anybody else want to give advice? Adam?
Oh, for me, it's one thing I picked up pretty quickly as we got started. It's all about teamwork.
Sure.
We all, it's not like we sat down and were like, all right, everyone's going to do this role. This is how we're going to do it all the time. But there is a sense of like, yeah, there's just no way in a band setting that any individual can do it all. I have no idea how in the world solo artists do it.
Yeah,
It's a lot of work.
But it's like, some people contribute a little bit more to the creative side. Some contribute more to like the business side, and everyone has at least some of a mix of both of those. And then others of us, we have other roles that I didn't just list.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just, everyone's active as a part of it, as it should be with a band. And if things come up, or if we need help with something, we can ask any of the rest of us. And even if they can't, we can at least point each other in the direction of someone who could.
That's very true.
Yes.
What about Ryan?
Sorry if you hear me chuckling. My wife is watching the Super Bowl, and I'm scared to get down there. Come on, guys! If you see this, I love you.
Aww.
Yeah, just echoing what the other guys said. Stick together. Your team, your family. You might not always agree on everything you're doing, but that's how it goes. Get through it. Get to the next day. Stay humble.
Yeah.
Keep pushing. If you feel like you're not getting anywhere, push harder to get to where you want to get.
Yeah.
It'll happen.
Eventually it will happen for sure. Joey?
Mhm.
Yeah, I'd probably echo all that, and just to in the musical front to make sure you're doing everything you can to the best of your ability.
Sure.
Make sure that whatever you're doing, you're putting as best of a foot forward and as you possibly can, just in every aspect of the creation of it.
Mm-hmm.
Good deal.
Tune your guitar and put new strings on.
There you go, for sure. Yeah, especially before going into studio.
Yep, yep.
And we'll give the lady of the house here the final word.
Yeah. I would say don't settle either. Like, if the people that you are, there's a lot of bands that don't share the same goals. So if they don't share the same goals as you, if they don't want to go far and you do, don't settle, because they say that you only go as far as the weakest link, I guess, goes.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying they'd be weak, but they just don't want to go to the lengths that you do. So don't settle.
Sure.
But also don't be afraid to put yourself out there, because you never know what could happen. Like, if you send your stuff out to a million labels or just anybody, you never know who's going to love you and share you to the rest of the world. So that's what I'd say.
Absolutely. Great advice. Thank you. And Dave, where can they find your band?
Yeah, we are on all social media platforms, of course, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. And the best way to find us, you can go to our website at valkyriesfire.com. You can click through to all of our links. We have videos on there. We have our upcoming show dates, so I always keep that updated. You also can see our latest press releases, reviews, awards, all those sort of things. You also can buy and purchase our clothing, CDs, all your favorite memorabilia on our website store as well too. But we're also on all social media platforms. We're Valkyrie's Fire Official. So, but yeah, you can always reach out to us anytime directly through the website as well. We're always happy to talk to our fans, and we look forward to seeing you guys at some of our upcoming shows in the next few months.
Excellent. And be sure to remind me when that show comes through for Tampa. I'd love to try to make that one.
Yeah, we'll do. Yeah. It's going to be February 28th, and yeah, we'll be there at the Brass Mug. So we're looking forward to that.
Heck yeah. Sounds great. Yeah. All right, and we'll finish this up in the studio. Wow, just the intelligence of all these musicians combined into one interview. Man, I felt like my IQ raised 100 points. Now that I think about it, I think I'm up to 50 points. Math is great. I wanted to correct myself from something I said at the end of their music video. I said it made me want to run into battle. I'm not running anywhere. Nope, ain't doing it. Be sure that you catch this band while they're on tour, and if you see them, let them know that Discovering the Scene sent you. Comment down below if you've seen them or you played a show with them. We'd love to hear from you. If you've enjoyed this interview, give the band a standing ovation with a like and subscribe. With your support, we can convince the band that their intro track shouldn't be longer than their actual set time. Well, it must be my lucky day. I guess I'm going into battle after all. Game on.